Hey, it's Dave. Welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk about my top 5 gain, fuzz, overdrive, distortion pedals, however you want to call it. The 5 that I think are the most important to use or to go out and try. And I will say this, I'm gonna also have some dogs that I'll throw in there afterwards to tell you to avoid. The thing about these pedals are, over the past 4 years, I want to say I probably did about 500 shows, and before that, I was doing stuff for bigger acts, and it was just less shows. But um, I've gone out with a lot of different drive pedals, and so this is where I'm at right now, as what I think the top 5 drives are, and their importance. And when I say drive, I do mean overdrive, distortion, or fuzz. Right off the bat, I'm going to say you have to own the Timmy, because the Timmy's not going to be included in the 5. I don't really use it as a drive. I don't really think of it in my mind as a drive. I use it as a post-drive boost pedal to solo. And with all 5 of these pedals, it works outstanding. It's like there's that working together, keeping a low noise floor that make it so it's a really workable system. So the Timmy pedal by Paul Cochran automatically gets you must own. And then there's some other company like the Veruvum Janray, which is like a $400 version of it. Yeah, buy it for $130 on Reverb, will you? Do yourself the favor. There's like Humbucker Music. There's all these different companies that sell it. The Timmy is awesome, and I swear by it. I stand by it. I love it. It's just great. So let's start this countdown. In the number 5 position, and it's so hard to put these in a special order except for number 1, which is just, to me, a standout. But the number 5 I would have to say is the Jetter Indigo Fuzz, which they don't make anymore. It's a real low fuzz. Has a real natural sound about it. Look up Lance Keltner, does a great demo of it. It is just a great fuzz pedal. And my number 4 spot was going to have to be the Vic Audio 73 Ram's Head. Now this is a replica of a 73 Ram's Head Big Muff from Electro Harmonics. The difference with this one is, other than going with the original scoop sound, you can have a flat EQ or a mid EQ, mid boost. In my personal opinion, the mid boost version and the flat version, I don't need it. That's not the sound I like. I prefer the scoop sound. It's a very David Gilmour sounding pedal. It's excellent. And it has a lot of sweep in the fuzz, so you can get real low or real high gain fuzz. A very inexpensive pedal. Mike Vickery makes them out of Arizona, hand makes them, and I think he makes a great product. My number 3 spot goes to the JHS Angry Charlie version 2. Now, this pedal took some time for me to get used to liking, and mainly it was because it was my own fault. The pedal doesn't like to see any color before it, so it doesn't want to see another pedal in front of it. It doesn't want to see low impedance. It wants to see coming right out of your guitar. And so I changed the order and I put it behind I moved it because I had a buffer. And so now it sits before the buffer. So it's getting the high impedance from the guitar. And it's just fantastic. You want that 80s, early 80s Marshall sound. I mean, you can get it from the Angus Young to British Steel Priest to Van Halen tone, to Neil Schon on Journey Escape. It's fantastic. I swear by that pedal. In fact, like, I got the Bombastortion from Tim Jarnig, and I found it to be a darker version of the Angry Charlie without it being sweepable to the same. And I just thought the Angry Charlie was better, and it responds better. My number 2 spot is going to go to the AC Booster by Exotic Effects. This pedal's awesome. I use it mainly as a clean boost now. Initially, you can have it more as a drive. In fact, I have that, and I have a Paisley drive, and the Paisley drive doesn't make my top 5. There's lots of reasons for it. And it's not a bad, it's a great pedal, but it just doesn't make the top 5. In other words, if I had to take it off my board for what reason, it wouldn't ruin my day. The AC booster I use is a bright boost and a clean boost, and it really cleans up the sound. I love the way I use it and how it sounds. And also, when I add the Timmy to it, I get like that lead tone in Sarah Smile, or that Eagles song, I Can't Tell You Why. It works great with that pedal, the clean boost on, and then the Timmy. They work unbelievably together. So the AC booster is just something that I highly recommend. If you're looking for purely a clean boost with zero hair, I mean zero, like really clean, RC, which means really clean. AC is almost clean. So the AC booster made my cut. And then the last pedal that makes my number 1, and I've mentioned it before, but it is the Rockbox Boiling Point. The Boiling Point by Rockbox is it's the best. And I'll explain what happened this weekend. So this weekend I'm out at a gig, and I recently swapped the pedal off my board, and I put on The Animal by J Rocket. And I had this, and I heard a video with it. So basically I dialed it in, I put the snarl on, I had this tone, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's nice. Then I stepped on the Timmy, and it was like, they're here. The old TV after sign off. So then I went and I compared it to my Boiling Point by Rockbox, and I was like, wait a second, I just dialed the treble up, and I'm like, and there's the exact same sound, except when I put the Timmy on, dead silent. It's unbelievable. It's just the greatest pedal. I love it. In fact, I think if I could go on the road and I needed a four pedal board, I would bring like a delay, and then I would bring the AC booster, the Rockbox by Boiling Point, and the Timmy, and I'd be all set. So I could really go out with 4 pedals and do, and I'm saying I could do anything with those 4 pedals, like anything. I'm not a big fan of the sound of reverb. I have a Seraphim by New Neighbor, and I also have the Trinity, is that what it's called? The Trinity 2 by TC Electronic. I like a plate sounding reverb. I hate amp reverb, like that spring reverb just bothers me. So anyway, so that's my top 5 pedals, drives, distortions, fuzz, whatever. Now let's talk about some dogs. There's a couple that come to mind that I would just say are really, really terrible. And number 1, I'm going to put at the Catalan Bred Dirty Little Secret. I just think it's not good. And I hated it. It didn't sound like anything I would like. And I don't like it. I know in the past I made comments about the Secret Freak by Full Tone, and I don't really think I was being fair with that. So I wouldn't put that in the bottom. In fact, I may use it again down the road. It just didn't work for me for what I was using it for, and I didn't spend, and I'll be honest, I didn't spend a lot of time on it. To me, like the learning curve of a pedal's tone to me should be 2 seconds, and if I can't dial it in within that amount of time, I'm usually moving on to the next pedal. So I don't want to say that isn't a great pedal, or a good pedal. You know, I tend to not like the Tube Screamer. And there's something about it because everyone's like, oh, but you use so many different knockoffs of the Tube Screamer circuit. And I'm like, I do. But there's something I hear when I hear a Tube Screamer. It's like this metallic sound that just bothers me. And I just don't like it. I never liked it. I hear it in the Maxon version. I hear it in the Ibanez version. And of course, you know, from 2002 earlier, all the Ibanezes were made by Maxon. So I just don't like that pedal. And that would be another one that I could say I don't like. I think a lot of drives are very similar. And you can pretty much dial them to the same sounds. The thing that gets to me is when I'm in a live situation and I need to step on a boost on top of it. How is that noise reacting? Is it going to be good? Is it still in the ballpark? And that's where sometimes the J Rocket one, the Animal, just fell out of favor with me. In fact, I put the Animal there too. I think it's, for my purposes, I think it's unusable. I just don't care for it. That's about it. I don't really feel like going down the negative road. I'm not trying to knock anybody or say something isn't good. There's so many great drives, and there's some honorable mentions that during the years I probably thought about buying but didn't, but thought they were great pedals. And one comes to mind is the Plimsoll by Full Tone. I think is a really good pedal. But to me, I think if you stick with around the five that I mentioned, you're going to be in great shape, especially if you play a Strat. Um, I've also played these with humbuckers as well. But personally, I like that brighter sound, and I like there's a certain sound that I'm looking for when I play. And definitely, I'm not saying that my opinions are the end all be all and that what you have isn't good. What I am saying is these are the things that have worked for me, and that these are my favorites. Um, and that's the important thing. It's like if somebody out there and they like the Dirty Little Secret,
Are you kidding me?
it's all personal taste. You have none. I haven't. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, so that's that. And lastly, I just want to talk about I saw the Terry Kath Experience movie last night. Fantastic. You must see it. You must watch it. He is, first of all, already he's one of my all-time favorite guitar player singers. Chicago's fantastic. They're a great band, especially like right up to like 77. Right to, maybe the album before he died, from 76 on. They were unbelievable. Fantastic band. His playing is unbelievable, unbelievably highly underrated, and they're just fantastic. And he's got a great, great voice. I mean, listen to his voice on some of those songs like "Make Me Smile," "Color My World," and "Wishing You Were Here." He sings the verses and plays bass on. He's just great. You have to see it. It's a great movie. I highly recommend it. See the Terry Kath Experience. It's on Netflix. It's on iTunes. Download it, watch it, whatever you got to do, and then comment back and tell me what you thought. I thought it was fantastic. And I'll be doing some Terry Kath stuff in the future. And I'll definitely do an artist spotlight on him. But for now, I am out of here. Very good.
How's that for a topper?
You're right on target. You're right on the money. Everything you said. You hit the nail right on the head with your comments, what you're saying today. You're 150% correct.